All right, so hello and welcome to episode 4 of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching this. If you're live, say hello, post in the comments, and help if you can. If we really get stuck, maybe provide some clues, because we find ourselves in the heart of gold as we were last week, where. Well, I would say nothing is what it seems, but actually the game has repeatedly just lied to us. And that is kind of what's going on. It lied to us when we first arrived, and it was pitch black, and it said that there was an exit to port, and then it was actually south or aft. Then it lied to us about the engine room being really dangerous, and we had to convince it several times that we really did want to go south into the engine room. And then because we basically ran out of things to do, and if you go into the engine room you can't see anything anyway, last week I did backtrack to see if we'd missed anything at all, and through a walkthrough, and then realised that you should not take the game at its word that you can't see anything in the engine room. So that, I think, is what we now need to do, is actually look a second time when we're in the engine room, and we will get a room description and some objects, which might tell us or give us an indication of what we need to do next. Although, as we discussed last week, we still have no motivation for doing anything, really. We don't know why we're doing what we're doing. But yes, there's that. I also pootled around a little bit looking for some kind of for anything new as well last week, kind of in the interim, and I did discover, if we go the bridge, if we look in the bridge, it says Steam complement support. Next to the control console is Eddie, the shipboard computer. And we tried engaging with Eddie, we couldn't, but we never actually looked at the control console. Next to the control console is Eddie. So if we look at console, it says most of the controls are beyond your comprehension. The simplest one is a large receptacle of some kind. If you look at receptacle, it says, which do you mean, the large receptacle or the small receptacle? I think this is the large one, because the small one is in the plotter. It has a dangly bit and a small receptacle, and this has a large receptacle. Oh, so look at large receptacle. It says you see nothing special about the large receptacle. So I've tried placing every single one of the objects we have in the large receptacle, and nothing is correct. If we put, let's see, tweezers in large receptacle, it says you can't put a pair of tweezers in a large receptacle, and it says that about every other item we've got. So whatever does go there, we haven't got it. So that's a thing.
Might it be the tea?
Sorry?
Might it be the tea?
Well, I thought that we need to put the tea in the small receptacle and then put the dangly thing in it, because those are both part of the plotter thing. What is the atomic vector plotter? Small receptacle and a long dangly bit. Yes, I think we put the tea in the small receptacle and then the dangly bit in the tea, but I might be wrong.
Oh, I thought that the dangly bit would just go into like the mug or something. But yeah, okay. Maybe you have to put the tea in the small receptacle, and the dangly bit is in the small receptacle.
Yeah.
When we get the tea from the vending machine, don't we have to give it a receptacle to put the tea in?
No, we get a cup.
We do get a cup, okay.
Yeah. Do I have the cup? No, I don't. We could go and get the cup. But I think we should go into the engine room and have a look
Yeah,
around.
let's go do that. Yeah.
So,
Let's at least enjoy the first 10 minutes of this.
the frisson of having some new information until we realise that we can't do anything at all with it and it's no help to us.
We're gonna savor it.
Yeah. Okay. It does take quite a lot of repeatedly going south to get into the drive chamber. Engine room. You're in the infinite improbability drive chamber. Nothing happens. There's nothing to see. Look, I mean it. There's nothing to see here. And if you look again, okay, there are a few things to see here. This is the room that houses the powerful infinite improbability generator that drives the heart of gold. An exit lies 4 of here. Sitting in the corner is a spare portable improbability generator. There is an ionic diffusion rasp here. There is a pair of hypersonic pliers here. Footnote 10. You feel a wave of depression sweep over you and you turn to see that Marvin, the robot, has stalked miserably into the room. I'm not sure why it says footnote 10.
Is there like a feelie with a manual or something?
I don't think so. I have it here next to me.
I don't know, but we also got a lot of points there.
Oh, we did. So there don't seem to be any footnotes in the instruction manual.
What about, can we look it up in the guide?
Yeah. Okay, it doesn't understand footnote. Look again. There's no footnote this time. Rasp. Okay, there's no entry about rasp. Ask guide about pliers. There's no entry about pliers. And then the generator. Ask guide about generator. It says, it gives us, I think we've seen this before. This is the entry about the infinite improbability drive. Scientists have long known how to produce finite amounts of improbability using a finite improbability generator, an atomic vector plotter, and a good source of Brownian motion. That's finite improbability. Recently, however, they have learned to generate infinite amounts thanks to the invention of the infinite improbability generator. It is rumoured that an infinite improbability drive based on this new generator is currently under development. See also the entries on atomic vector plotter and Brownian motion.
So that's not the same that we've seen before. We've looked at the vector plotter entry.
Yes. Okay, so we now have a portable improbability generator, not a finite. Or is it a finite one or an infinite one? Well, let's have a look at it. Look at generator. The spare improbability drive has a switch, a long cord ending with a large plug, and a short cord ending with a small plug. It bears a small label which reads another fine product of the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation.
Marvin seems to be hanging around quite a bit as well here.
Yeah, I mean, he does, because we know that he shuttles between the locked door and our location. So I think he's just in and out. So he can take, yeah. Right. Well, we obviously need these things. I'm going back to the bridge. I'm going to drop some stuff at the bridge.
I wonder when it says receptacle,
Yeah.
does it mean plug socket?
Yeah, maybe.
So do we need to plug the vector plotter into? Oh, sorry, the generator will plug one side into the vector plotter and the other side into the control desk.
Yeah. You know, the thing that our aunt gave us, by the way, it keeps reappearing. I think one of its properties in the universe is that, you know, you can leave it and it'll always turn up again. So that's a useful property that might come in useful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. Oh, wow, okay. Oh. I've just gone back to the engine room and picked up everything, and it's picked up the thing that I just dropped on the bridge. As if we needed proof of its properties. Right, I'm just going to drop everything. And go and get these other things. Okay. Look at the console. Large receptacle. Look at generator. Long cord ending with a large plug, short cord ending with a small plug. So plug, large, plug into large receptacle. Plugged. Eddie, the shipboard computer, says you shouldn't be playing around with a spare improbability drive. Who knows where it's been? Announcement, announcement. This is Eddie, the shipboard computer. Someone has connected a spare improbability drive to the manual override receptacle. Better be an emergency, that's all I have to say.
Okay. I think we need to go and get the tea now, don't we?
Yeah, probably. So I'm plugging the small plug into the small receptacle. Plugged.
But we're still carrying the vector plotter, yeah?
No, we're carrying the generator though.
Right.
But we're not anymore. Okay. Next to the control console is Eddie. A spare improbability drive is plugged into the large receptacle. Lying on the deck is a plotter connected to a spare improbability drive. Okay, I'm just going to get a bog standard cup of tea because the brownie in motion should be fine, right?
Yep.
Touch panel. Oh. Pad, was it? Pad. Touch pad. Okay, we get the T substitute. Zaphod Beeblebrox walks in and presses the touch-sensitive pad. The Nutrimap produces a huge, ice-cold, pan-galactic gargle blaster. Zaphod heads off towards the sauna, sipping loudly. Get cup. East. Oh, our thing's just arrived. Get it up. I'm going to save. Put cup in. Oh, hang on. No.
Put dangly bit in cup.
Dangly bit in cup. Done. Okay. So there's a switch. Turn on drive. Whoa. As you flip the switch, sparks fly from the large receptacle. Now look what you've done. You've destroyed the manual override receptacle. Don't you know it's only for emergencies? Announcement. This is Eddie, the shipboard computer. Someone has activated a spare improbability drive at the manual override receptacle, moving us 8 billion parsecs away from our destination, adding 7 weeks to our trip. As if that isn't bad enough, all 300 members of the Phronobdi Planetary Senate appeared in the hatchway at an improbability factor of 2 to the 79,818th power to 1 against. I'm flushing them into space now, but who knows what sort of germs they've dragged onto the ship. Everyone should take extra vitamins today. Score has gone down to 80.
Okay, so methinks that was wrong.
Let's do that. Let's wait for an emergency before we do that.
Yes. What?
Huh. Well, I can restore.
So if I'm understanding the Nutrimat is basically designed to give the person whatever it is that they want. So when we touch the panel, it identifies that we want a cup of tea and gives us a cup of tea, even though it's a bad cup of tea. That's because making cups of tea is notoriously the hardest drink in the world to make. I wonder whether we've got to change the settings, not to make a better cup of tea, but to make a worse gargle blaster, so that Zaphod doesn't get what he wants, and then he'll stick around and we can then talk to him or something. Because that's the first interaction we've had with a member of the crew, and he just walks straight off again.
I think that's just like a random event that if you hang around in the kitchen long enough, he'll come in and make himself a gargle blaster. I mean, we've got all of these tools, right? We've got pliers, tweezers, rasp. What else was there? A screwdriver.
Pincers.
Pincers, yeah.
Pincer.
There was. Molecular hyperwave pincer. And a gun. Okay. So, lying on the deck is a plotter connected to a spare improbability drive. The plotter's long dangly bit of submersion advanced T substitute. That's all there. We can leave that. ATS, we can call it, can't we? Yeah, about the only characteristic it shares with T is that of Brownian motion. Okay. So the way to create an emergency is to open the hatch. And I have no idea how to get into this door. Show me some tiny example of your intelligence, it says. It does still feel like we need to make a cup of tea, doesn't it? To me.
It doesn't to me.
No.
I think no. I think we need to make an emergency. I think we've sort of done a bit for later on when an emergency will crop up and we need to get out of here quickly. but we're not really. There isn't an emergency. Why would we want to go somewhere else? We haven't.
Yeah.
We haven't done the thing in the Heart of Gold yet. Whatever.
Well,
it
no,
is
just
to do.
I mean, if we really think about motivation, what is the one thing that Arthur is motivated to do? Is he motivated to go into the sauna and join the others? No. Is the only thing that he's motivated to do is drink a nice cup of tea. That is surely that is the only thing that's motivating him. And the fact that when we do an inventory we say we have no tea is a big clue as to the fact that he's still not had any tea. So I really think that the puzzle here is how do we make a cup of tea?
But that might just be a cup of tea that Arthur then drinks rather than uses in the.
Yeah.
I also think that we need to do something in the narrow corridor with the grill in the bottom.
Yeah. That's to do with the hatch. The hat, if we go down there. Like it seems like the hatch below you is closed. There's a small access space to starboard. We can only take one item through the access space. Like out of all of these tools that we've got, one of them is the correct tool, and we don't know which one it is, right? That's why we have so many tools.
Yeah, agree with your hypothesis.
So we could drop all. We might have to get rid of the gown as well, and say get rasp. Okay, remove gown. Drop it. Pioneer with an exit to ports for working on the hatch mechanism, which is vastly more complicated than your rather ordinary intelligence can comprehend. The floor is an open metal mesh like the floor of a catwalk. Ionic diffusion rasp.
I had to look up what a rasp is.
It's
Is
a
it
big
like
file.
a file?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rough file. You use rasp on floor.
I don't think we can use. Yeah. Rasp doesn't recognize as a.
Have we looked at the rasp?
Yeah. It says it looks like every other ionic diffusion rasp you've ever seen. Really, not very much information. Yeah, there just seems nothing to do here. Nothing that we can interact with. It's probably the same for pincer. We can't go anywhere else here, presumably.
It feels to me like there's some wording that we're not using about the space that we're in that will give us a clue as to what to do. But we can't find a way of interacting with the floor or the mesh at all, can we? Because you can't lift floor or
Look at area.
Instead of saying floor, maybe we should say mesh.
You get the same thing.
Ah.
Can't move it. Can't lift it. Playing in this way with the ground doesn't do anything. That's interesting. Mesh with... What do we got on us? Pincers. Lift mesh with pincers. Pincer. Lift mesh with pincer. No, it doesn't understand that. Lift floor. Playing in this way with the ground doesn't do anything.
Cut.
Cut floor. What do you want to cut the floor with? I doubt that the cutting edge of a molecular hyperwave pincer is adequate. Okay. Rasp then.
Yeah.
Cut floor with rasp. Nope. Pliers. Nope.
Sorry, did I miss it? Did you use the flathead screwdriver at all? You could use that to kind of lift a grate up or something.
We've got this is just a standard response for cut.
Okay.
It's not unique to the floor. So if we say, cut head with pliers, does the same thing.
Can we say lift mesh or lift hatch or remove hatch with screwdrivers?
Well, we've tried lifting the mesh, but the hatch is back on the outside. I mean, if you try lift hatch, playing this way with the hatch accomplishes nothing. And if you say open hatch, loud sirens blare, fantastically bright red lights, soft female voice mentions that opening this hatch in space will evacuate the air from the ship. I mean, why would we do this? Yeah. If you say cut hatch with anything.
But this is now the hatch in the main corridor, isn't it? This isn't the mesh in the...
This is the hatch in the main corridor. Because Woody mentioned it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just cutting anything comes up with that. I doubt that the cutting edge of a pair of hypersonic pliers is adequate. So, yeah. That it looked as if cutting the floor was something that it was expecting us to do, but I don't think it is. I don't think there's anything we can do here yet. I honestly think that our mission is to make a decent cup of tea. I think to me that's so in keeping with the game that what we're really trying to do here.
I sort of agree with what you're saying. I just think that's going to be the running joke throughout the entire game. I don't think we're going to make it.
I mean, at this point, we can look it up if you want, Mike, or we can.
Yeah. I'm not saying.
Literally, there's nothing else to do as far as I can tell. The only thing that makes sense for Arthur to do is to make himself a cup of tea.
Okay.
And he's not going to drink tea substitute.
Okay. Do you want to save it here?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously, to be honest with you, we've tried this already. We've been over this for ages in previous go-throughs. So I don't know what we should be doing here. I'm kind of happy that the plotter and the drive plugs into the console, and it needs a source of Brownian motion, and then when you do something, the ship moves. That's fine. I'm happy with the idea that the other members of the crew are all in the sauna and not available to us. I still think there's something that we should be doing with the mechanical members of the crew, the door, Marvin and Eddie, the shipboard computer. But I've tried lots of attempts to interact with them, and I can't figure that out at all. And I'm happy that something about the hatch downstairs and the access area presumably has something to do with all of the tools that we keep finding, but have absolutely nothing to do with. So I don't think there's anything left, is there? Like, we don't have anything else that we haven't got. I mean, apart from the pocket fluff and the thing, there's nothing else. And the gun, I guess. I don't know what to do with that. The brochure, possibly. Toothbrush.
I mean, when we interacted with the Nutrimat last time, I know that we did flip dip switches.
Yeah.
Did we ever press the pad after we pressed dip switches? Did we ever?
Yeah.
Okay. But we never got a difference, did we? We never.
No.
No.
No, you can't tell whether a dip switch is on or off. So we tried switching them all, and we got the same stuff out. We tried switching a few of them. In my playthrough during the week, I tried some different combinations and always got the same thing. There's probably a combination. There's probably, there's probably some of these that we need to flick, and it'll work better. But I couldn't tell you what they are or how to discover it. And I'm kind of happy to look it up, to be honest.
Yeah, we have no way to read that message either.
Yeah, we have no way to read that message. That's a really good point, actually.
And we don't even know whether it is a message that can be read.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, we have we found anything that would help us read the message?
Could Marvin read it?
Or Eddie?
I think I did try.
It's difficult, but I mean, they don't interact, do they? It's like, no matter what you ask them, it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, see, ask Eddie to read message. I can't talk right now. Do you know how difficult it is to pilot a ship as complicated as this one? Let's wait for Marvin to show up. Ask. Marvin says, I think you ought to know I'm feeling very depressed. And wanders off.
Does the gun have a sight on it?
You can't look through the gun. It just has a large label which reads Anti-Bug Blatter Beast Ray Gun. There's a small label which reads another fine product of the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation. You could ask the door. Unless you're here to show me some clear sign of your intelligence, please leave me alone. I'm a very busy door.
What happens if you fire the ray gun at the door?
Shoot the door.
Oh. Some rays from the gun strike the screening door, but nothing else happens. We know that Marvin goes in there. What if we hitch a ride? Climb on Marvin. You can't climb onto Marvin. Ask Marvin to carry me. No.
I thought you misspelled carry and typed marry instead.
I really want to read the message.
Yeah, I'm not averse to getting a clue from somewhere either, because I completely agree with everything that you said, Chris. I think it's
I think it's one of those ones where I think we know what to do, we just don't know how to do it.
or given this game, we actually don't know what to do, and we'll never think of what it is that we've got. Because it's so bizarre. But do you want one of us to find a walkthrough?
Yeah.
I found a page with hints on it as opposed to a walkthrough.
So hints on the Heart of Gold.
Yeah. So part 4, aboard the Heart of Gold. I've just arrived in entry bay 2. Where am I? What's going on?
Yeah.
Who are those people on the bridge? How can I enter the sauna? Is Eddie important? Are the controls on the bridge important? How does the Nutrimat work? Is the advanced T substitute useful? Is the Pangalactic Gargle Blaster useful? Is the cup of nectar useful? Is the cup of tea important?
Oh.
What's the story with the circuit board in the Nutrimat? Is
So
the
that
ship...
one.
Yeah?
Yeah. Before
You
you
can
give...
remove it. Okay, you can remove it from the Nutrimat. Have you examined it? We have examined it. You can flip any of the 8 dip switches. Right. You can even flip them while the circuit board is still in the Nutrimat. Right. Have you noticed the message in tiny letters on the board? We have, yes. There is a way to read that message.
And what is that way?
Don't go until you've been on
Damogran. Damogran.
Don't go on until you've been on Damogran.
Don't go on what?
What?
Is that what the message is, or is that the hint?
That's the next hint.
Yeah.
So you reveal the hints. So I'm just clicking them, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't go on until you've been on Damogran. What the hell is that?
Well, if you don't know what it is, then don't go on.
Okay, I'm not going on.
But it doesn't tell us how to read the message. It just says
No.
There is a way.
There's a way.
There's
Yeah.
a way of reading it.
You can flip the switches when it's still in the Nutrimat.
But you can also take the Nutrimat off.
Yeah, but you can take the board out. Okay.
Yeah.
Is the shipping carton important? Is the strange gun important? Is it possible to enter the drive chamber that is to go aft from corridor aft end? Is there anything important in the engine room?
Yeah, those are all fine. Is the carton important?
Is the shipping carton important? Try examining or reading it.
Yeah.
Have we seen it? So where is the shipping carton?
It's right here. Where are we? No, not here.
Did you dump it in the bridge with everything else?
No, the carton labelled Nutrimat computer interface is sitting here. It had the gun in it.
Have you opened the carton? There's apparently screwed up and put the wrong item inside the shipping carton.
Yeah.
You'll be able to find the Nutrimat computer interface elsewhere in the game. What was in the shipping carton?
The gun. That clue about don't go on until you've been to something or other. That's obviously a place that we haven't been to yet.
I guess so. The Serious Cybernetics Corporation has apparently screwed up a common occurrence and put the wrong item inside the shipping carton.
Yeah.
You'll be able to find the Nutrimap computer interface elsewhere in the game. Why is that a part of that clue?
Is that supposed to be in the
Because
shipping cart?
the carton says Nutrimat computer interface on it,
Yeah.
but it had the
there's a
gun in it.
there.
So they've messed up. They ordered a Nutrimat computer interface, but it came with a gun instead of the interface.
Hmm. And the interface is in the.
So we haven't tried putting the computer interface in the carton.
What?
No.
Why would we do that?
Why would we do that?
Don't know.
What computer interface? We don't have it.
Yeah, we don't have it, do we?
Don't. What's
What's that board then?
Yeah.
The switches are.
I'm not. Is that the computer? Is that the Nutrimat computer interface that it's talking about?
Go up.
I don't know if it is.
No, I don't know.
Go up.
I think it might be easier to just do a walkthrough and do it sequentially rather than do these hints.
Okay. Rather than trying desperately to avoid spoilers.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well, if you do it sequentially, then we'll just get to one.
Oh, you mean down the clues?
Yeah. No. Go to a walkthrough and go through everything that we've done so far until we come to something that we haven't done.
You're assuming what we've done so far was in the right order.
Yeah. Well, there is only
Not
one order,
stumbling
really.
across it just by accident.
There is only one order. Yeah. Like, you'll come to something that we haven't done, and then we'll stop.
Okay. The Heart of Gold. Wait 4 turns until hearing disappears. Then listen to the dark. Try to go port 4 times, and the game will tell you the exit is actually aft. So go aft to entry bay number 2. Read the brochure. You'll follow Ford to the ship's bridge. Wait. After Zaphod, Ford and Trillian all wander off into the sauna. Take a moment to examine your inventory. Notice that the thing your aunt gave you, which you don't know what it is, which rolled away from you back on Earth, has at some point reappeared. This curious thing follows you around and will always reappear in your inventory a short while later if you drop it. It also has a functionally unlimited capacity. Does
that mean we can put things in it?
Sounds like it.
I recommend putting everything you have into it whenever you can, so do so now.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it a Mary Poppins bag?
That you can't lose. You always get it back.
Yeah.
Like if you crawl into a space where
You
there's
have
not
to
only
leave
enough
it.
room.
Yeah.
So at least that means we don't have to keep dropping things and going
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I completely missed that bit. What acts as a bag of holding?
So
The
thing
thing that your aunt gave you.
You can put stuff in it.
Yeah.
You can put everything in it.
Lee, also with the hints that you were looking at, were you looking at the BBC one?
Yes.
Did you realise that when you look at a hint, there's a button that says next answer, and it will give you multiple answers that get increasingly useful?
Yeah, well, it says, are you still stuck? And I was just going down them. I think so. Okay, well, whilst Chris is loading everything into the thing.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, so I recommend putting everything in it. Get the molecular hyperwave pincer that is here. Put it in the thing too. Go down to the gangway. Go down the gangway into the corridor fore end. Go port to the galley and touch the pad on the Nutrimad. Get the cup of advanced T substitute and return starboard, which can be abbreviated to SB.
So just go back a sec. Well, we need to get the pincer.
Yeah.
And where do we go with the pincer?
Put that in the bag.
Just put it in the thing.
Okay.
So that we've got it.
Okay.
Then go go get the advanced T substitute.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Go after corridor, aft end, then try to go aft again. So we're just trying to go into the engine room. Look twice. Drop the thing. Okay, get the rasp and the pliers and put them in the thing. Take the improbability drive. Go forward twice up to the bridge. Drop the drive. The cup of T. Atomic vector plotter. If you're told you don't have all those things, wait a turn or two for the thing to catch up to you.
Right.
Put the small plug. Oh yeah, plug everything in. Turn on the improbability drive, and you'll find yourself in the dark.
That didn't happen, did it, when we plugged it in?
That is not what
No.
happens, is it? Hang on a second. Put the small plug on the drive into the small receptacle. Put the long dangly bit of the plotter in the cup. Turn on the improbability drive. Yeah, that is what we did.
But maybe because we hadn't put everything into the thing.
Me?
I don't know.
That seems very...
Yeah, very unlikely.
For your amusement, yell in the dark. Wait about 60 turns in the dark to see what hints you get.
Let's not do that. Okay, you just run through all of that again, because
we've done all this. So, I mean, putting everything into the thing, okay, that's useful. I mean, we would have never, ever guessed that, I don't think.
No, because we didn't know what it was.
No. So we got the advanced T substitute. And then we went into the engine room and picked everything up. And then we went to the bridge and we plugged everything in. But when we turned on the improbability drive, you find yourself in the dark.
Got to be something.
And then and that's it. That's the end of that section. And the next section is regarding the dark.
And we haven't done that bit.
Well, we haven't been.
No.
Just is there an assumption that losing points is a bad thing or a good thing? Because when we started the improbability drive and lost points, we restored it, but maybe that's what we're meant to do.
We didn't end up in the dark, though, really.
No. We did end up killing 300 people, though, which was...
a bit of a downer.
Okay.
And just going back to the hints that I think me and Lee are looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
So it really does imply that activating that is like the very last thing. We absolutely create an emergency and have to rescue it, and then we flick the switch, and that does a thing. But there's loads of other stuff that happens first.
Is there another walkthrough?
Right, hold on.
Yeah, I've just done it again, and we just end up...
Well, maybe if you just save it after we've killed all these people and see whether there's...
Yeah, I did save it. I'll save it after. I've saved it before.
Okay, this isn't...
So, looking at the hints, which is how does the Nutrimat work?
Yes.
So answer one is all you have to do is touch the touch-sensitive pad.
Yeah.
Then the Nutrimat does all the rest, and in seconds you'll have your very own cup of incredibly delicious advanced tea substitutes. Well, maybe not so delicious, but at least useful. Actually, there is a way to get something else from the Nutrimat. It's a cup of tea, real tea. But first, you need something that isn't in the galley. In fact, it isn't even in the heart of gold. That's the end of the hints for how does the Nutrimat work.
Well, maybe it's in Damagran or whatever that was that it said.
But is it important? Because it doesn't sound like we need the tea to do...
No.
Come on, folks, you can do it. You can find... You can read the stuff and find the answer.
Even the fucking hints are confusing.
Terribly.
So it suggests it's the thing that was in the carton that we would need to find to make the Nutrimat work differently. I mean,
Maybe.
that was lost from the
Yeah,
carton
maybe.
because the gun was in it.
Possible. Wait, can you find out how to read the message? Or is this something that we needed to do right at the beginning of the game?
Take the carton, get the tea, drop the carton, tea substitute, put the long dangly
I don't think I've
bit.
ever been as confused as...
No.
I'm reading, so I'm now reading a completely different walkthrough.
Yeah.
It says exactly the same thing. It just says, when you press the switch, everything will go dark.
Mm.
Is it the same walkthrough on just on a different website? Is it like verbatim?
It's a completely, it's completely different. It's
Walkthrough.
completely different. Dark. This will change according to which random scenario you are about to visit. So you will need to visit the section on dark to look up sensors and what to type, etc. next. Didn't you do that? Did you end up in the dark more than once?
Twice.
Yeah. Where was the second time?
Here, Heart of Gold. First time was on the Vogon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, random scenarios. Okay, you could be one of... Get out of the dark, go back to the bridge, drop any items you have, press the switch again, and go to more scenarios until you have visited all 5. You may come back to a scenario again.
Okay, but we can't visit any of them because we just end up on the bridge. We lose 30 points and we end up back on the bridge. So there's something we haven't done. There's something.
Okay, Heart of Gold, entry bay number 2. If you want to, you can get the brochure, but it doesn't really matter. You will automatically go to the bridge. Here, drop everything apart from your towel and the babel fish, and then go down and go aft. Keep going aft. You'll eventually get through engine room. Keep looking, and eventually the game will describe the room, take everything, and then go to the bridge again. Drop the drive, pliers, and rasp, and put the small plug into the small receptacle. Go down, then go port. Take the carton and touch the pad. Take the tea substitute, head starboard and up. Drop the carton and the tea substitute. Put the long dangly bit into the tea substitute. Press the switch. Everything will go dark.
What? Why was it? Were we just moving the carton up there?
Mm.
Carton wasn't relevant, was it? No.
Drop the carton and the tea substitute. Well, we do. I mean, it does bring the carton up to the bridge. It doesn't open the carton, but I mean,
There's no mention of the large plug and large receptacle there, is there?
in the walkthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, put the small plug in the small receptacle. Where's the large?
But we've got the large plug and the large receptacle plugged in, haven't we?
Put the long dangly bit and press the switch. Oh, that's true. It does not say to plug the large plug into the large receptacle. That is the thing that sparks and breaks everything, isn't it?
Think so, yeah.
So
Sorry, yeah. As you flip the switch, sparks fly from the large receptacle. Now look what you've done. You've destroyed the manual override.
yeah, only do that in an emergency. So we need to flip the switch without plugging in the large.
Obviously.
Oh my god. Okay. Is it in there already?
Apparently you can refer to that as bit as well.
Okay. Drop ATS. Put bit in ATS. Switch on drive. You are disoriented. Blackness swims towards you like a shoal of eels who've just seen something that eels like a lot. It's dark. I missed that line, that sparking line. I missed it. I didn't read the line that said that it sparked.
Well, you did read it.
Did I read it out?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, I remember you reading it out, but it never struck me as being, that
Important.
that means that part of what we've done was correct, but another part was wrong.
No.
What it's basically trying to tell us is
That this game is an absolute arse.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
It's
It's
very
just,
unfriendly.
Yeah. It's just impossibly hard.
So one thing that I'd say that I've also just read in another thing is, yes, you can get through the screening door, but in brackets, it was like, don't try and do this until you're much further through the game.
Okay.
It's impossible to do until you have more information that you get later on.
This is another thing. There's puzzles in here that we just cannot solve, that are taking up our time solving them, when actually what we're supposed to do is escape to these other places and do all these little mini quests that presumably will help us solve the things back on the Heart of Gold ultimately.
So what are we supposed to be doing in this dark?
We don't know where we are yet. So
apparently there are 5 random scenarios, presumably one for each of the senses, and we need to get through all of them.
Yeah.
So if I understand correctly, what we've done is we've basically found an improbability drive, and we found a plotter, and we found a way of plugging that into the main ship.
Yes.
But we don't want to plug it into the main ship. What we want is a personal one first.
Yeah.
Which we'll now use 5 times.
Oh, your sound's gone.
Yeah, your sound just disappeared.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I didn't press anything.
No.
Yeah, that was weird.
We thought you were putting it on.
You were talking about the personal improbability drive?
Yes, so we were thinking, because that's what the book wants us to do and everything, is we need to get it to connect to the ship to save the ship.
Yeah.
But actually what we want is we want a personal one first, so we can zip around to these 5 random places in the galaxy to pick up stuff, which we can then take back to the Heart of Gold, solve a bunch more things in the Heart of Gold, which will then cause an emergency, which then means that we then need to plug the thing into the Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
The thing.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I also, like, we've put all of the stuff in the thing, and I don't have to worry about whether we left it on the Heart of Gold, because no matter where we are, it's about to reappear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
And look at the amount of points we got for getting it right in the end.
Oh yeah, a big fat. I mean, maybe we'll get points for figuring out where we are, but it's 8 o'clock, so
yeah,
we can leave that till
emotions
next
being
time.
driven by that number.
Okay. Well, I don't think we cheated too much.
Well, I mean,
we were stuck.
Yeah,
we spent a lot of time cheating.
Yes, I think we tried to cheat, and we cheated really badly. We failed at cheating.
We did.
Not very good at
Until eventually, the 5th time that someone read a passage, and we were convinced we'd done exactly what we'd been told to do.
Yeah, we did too much.
We realised that we'd actually done a thing too much. And then it tried to tell us it was wrong.
I'm sorry, Lee. I accused you of not finding the thing that we hadn't done, when actually
it was something we'd done.
It was something that we'd done that we shouldn't have done.
Oh, well.
So there we go. I mean, it's devious. You can see though they thought this was a great wheeze when they were concocting it all, but not much fun.
No. Yeah, it's definitely
very frustrating.
It is definitely on the wrong side of challenging at the moment.
Yeah. I mean that just before we go, that design idea of having lots of puzzles and lots of objects, but you can't use any of it, you can't solve any of it, because there's one combination of it opens up other areas that you can go to in order to find out what you need to solve those things without any signposting.
Yeah.
And without you can't look at anything and get any useful response back. Everything is just, it looks the same as every other one of the thing that you've ever seen before. I don't think that's got the right cutting edge to do that. Or there's just not enough information, and so you're really lost. No wonder people struggled with this. How bizarre! Like, I don't think anybody even got here originally, because everybody failed at the Babelfish puzzle, which didn't help. God help anybody who actually got here.
But I mean, just to have a random thing that keeps turning up, which is quite funny. It's just something that your aunt gave you.
Yeah.
And it just happens to have like infinite holding. I mean,
how are you supposed to figure that out?
There's just no way to get to that.
Yeah. We could easily have just been have had it in the game throughout and done loads of like saves to figure out what items we need to take with us to each of these random places we're going to.
Yeah.
Without ever realizing that that's its use.
Yeah.
Because it's not signposted anywhere. There's no...
Just not at all.
There's no clue to it.
Yeah.
I know this is going to sound like a weird tangent, but this reminds me of playing Halo, the original Halo game. Because one thing that I vividly remember about Halo is the subtle signposting that it had. So it was supposedly this like massive map, and it was like, I've got to get to this place. How do I know which way to go? It's not telling me anything. And then you play it, and you just find yourself, you always end up in the right place. And it's this amazing combination of level design, and you also realize it's like graphic design where walls have got subtle arrows in them to tell you to go right, and you're just picking up all of this stuff, most of it subliminally, and you just end up in the right place, and it feels amazing. And it was the complete antithesis of the other approach to game design, which is, no, don't tell them a clue. It's not realistic to give them a clue. It's, of course we shouldn't signpost anything. They've got to figure it out for themselves.
Well, you just give up.
And Halo just went, no, screw that. Just make it fun. Do whatever is necessary to make it fun.
Yeah. Well, that is generally, that has been a really interesting trend to observe in game design anyway. As over the years, games have got more and more fun and less punishing.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I saw like health regen, which is now completely normal on virtually every game. Yeah. That was brand new at one point. It was like, well, if that's your health, if you want more health, you need to find a health pack.
Yeah.
So anyway, there we go. So we've got 5 more places to go that we know about where we're going to encounter similar struggles.
Yes.
See you all next week.
Bye.
Hello.
Bye, everybody.